The National Science Week 2022 exhibition took place from the 7th to 10th of November 2022 under the theme Uganda in 2040, the future we want through science, technology and innovation at the Kololo ceremonial grounds. The main objective of the NSW 2022 was to create a collaborative platform to showcase how different government institutions, private sector and academia will adopt and collaborate to use science, technology and innovation to achieve increased productivity, efficiency, job creation and revenue generation towards a prosperous Uganda in 2040.
An ordinary Uganda should know that the technology has come to our rescue.
The entrance is free and it is something worth your time.
As the Prime Minister of this country, I pledge my total support to the ministry and also to those who are involved in making our country a better place using science, technology and innovation. It's now my pleasure to declare the National Science Week of 2022 officially open for God and mankind.
The design of the exhibition this year was conceptualized in villages representing each bureau and linked by connecting tunnels to allow seamless transition throughout the exhibition. All innovations were showcases under their respective ecosystems in the villages, which included aeronautics and space science, pathogen economy, infrastructure innovations, Industry 4.0+, productivity acceleration, import substitution, STI target exports, mobility and support services. Uganda needs an established aerospace ecosystem. The Aeronautics and Space Science Bureau, therefore, demonstrated the role of space science and optimized remote sensing technology that would be used to increase the benefits of quality aerospace data and related commercial products. The Bureau's commitment was to establish the Uganda National Aerospace Program, poised to revolutionize Uganda's data collection, utilization, and fast-track the implementation of national development programs in agriculture, infrastructure environment, natural resources, climate, smart cities, and the parish development model to facilitate economic development by 2040. Pathogen economy. Over 95% of Uganda's healthcare system inputs are imported. The Pathogen Economy Bureau demonstrated the opportunities in Uganda's healthcare sector if optimized around the development and utilization of our natural products and homegrown innovations in therapeutics, diagnostics, vaccines, and life-saving medical equipment. The Bureau demonstrated this in the future Ugandan pharmacy, filled with a large percentage of products made in Uganda and from standardized therapeutics from indigenous flora, indigenous vaccine backbones, and laboratories and hospitals using life-saving medical equipment. The Bureau committed to increasing domestic production of healthcare inputs by 50% by 2040. Infrastructure innovations. There is limited domestic contribution to infrastructure innovations in Uganda. The Infrastructure Innovations Bureau, in partnership with the mandated MDAs and private sector players, showcased the strive towards transforming the following transformational indigenous national infrastructure and industries. Mining sector, with an integrated steel industry established, the standard gauge railway system, agro-industrialization, electrified rail and road infrastructure, and developed marine transport sector, as well as the STI industrial parks with nano, semiconductor, and mineral materials and chemical synthesis research industries. The Bureau committed to realizing increased domestic contribution to priority infrastructure innovations for industrialization by 2040. Industry 4.0 Plus. With only 9% contribution to GDP, locally developed technologies are not translating into substantial economic growth for Uganda. The Industry 4.0 Plus Bureau brought together different innovations and exhibitors in the ecosystems of blockchain technologies, including companies like Yellowcard, Binusu, and Capital Savvy. Robotics, portrayed by companies such as Fundibots and STEM Education, local electronics manufacturing with the likes of Innovex, Microfuse and RevMake, as well as the e-trade ecosystem represented by Wape, Jumia and Tugenda. These Ugandan technology ecosystems required an enabling environment, and the Industry 4.0 Plus Bureau committed to enabling these Ugandan technology ecosystems to commercialize Industry 4.0 Plus innovations and build viable businesses that will scale globally and create over 1 million direct and indirect jobs by 2040. Productivity acceleration. Uganda has low domestic industrial productivity per capita income of 1,500 shillings per hour. The Productivity Acceleration Bureau leveraged partnerships with government MDAs, private sector players, and various innovators to showcase how Uganda can leverage science, technology, and innovation to increase productivity. Key exhibitors included players in the cassava value chain, Farasi Agricultural Machinery, who were committed to supporting the parish development. The common goal of the productivity acceleration was to leverage science, technology, and innovation interventions for increased domestic output per capita of 7,500 Uganda shillings per hour by 2040. Import substitution and STI target exports. Uganda has an import dependence ratio of 90.7% compared to the world average of 58.64%, WB 2021, and at the same time, the nation exports over 80% of its products in raw form. The Import Substitution Bureau and STI Targets Export Bureau portrayed what the future Ugandan supermarket would look like, showcasing the variety of products made in Uganda that could substitute imports in areas of cosmetics, textiles, wheat, and grain. The supermarket also provided value-added products that could be exported, including Ugandan shea butter, Ugandan honey, processed Ugandan coffee, as well as value-added matoke, sweet potato, and cassava products. The Bureau's committed to leveraging science, technology, and innovation to increase domestic production and consumption of essential goods and services in the Ugandan market, and to increase value addition and promote quality to boost Uganda's export earnings. Mobility. The Mobility Bureau brought together value chain actors in the areas of academia, private and public sector that are working towards realizing efficient, integrated, sustainable, safe and inclusive mobility solutions. These included electric vehicle manufacturers such as Kira Motors Corporation, who demonstrated the future of electric vehicle charging, transport operators such as Tondeka Metro Company, digital payment and ride-sharing providers, including Kasaiba Technologies and Safe Boda, as well as providers of electric motorcycles for the Boda Boda sector, including Zembo and International University of East Africa. The master plan of the Automotive Industrial and Technology Park to drive parts manufacturing was also exhibited, and lithium-ion battery development efforts by Boda Work demonstrated. These efforts are aimed at developing a competitive and sustainable mobility industrial value chain, producing 500,000 vehicles annually, with 65% localization of parts contributing 12.5% to GDP and creating over 240,000 jobs by 2040. Uganda should have fully transitioned to e-mobility in mass transportation by this time. Support services. Uganda's research, innovation and technology is not contributing to economic growth. The Support Services Bureau brought together different institutions that provide services that are required by the innovators and industrialists to further their technologies to full commercialization for industrial growth. The services include funding, intellectual property rights, certification and standardization, skills training and development, technology incubation, and tax-related issues. Interactions between these institutions and the innovators or different players in the value chain was aimed at making the first steps towards the Bureau's commitment to nurture Uganda's best innovations into thriving industries for the global market. Exhibition activities. NSW 2022 exhibition also encompassed a series of activities including the Career Day, press briefing and opening ceremony, investor forum and business pitches, live debate, panel discussions on relevant Bureau topics, and the satellite event of the first ever East Africa Youth Innovation Forum 2022, an annual event organized by the East Africa Science and Technology Commission, EASTECO, in collaboration with member states.